Okay, you guys, let me go over some charts real quick for you. I had some setups that I was going to send out. I was waiting on them bad boys. Right here is one of the setups. And again, forgive me for my mouse. I told you for whatever reason, as soon as I turn on the recorder, the mouse starts acting a fool. Right here is what I was looking at. I was waiting for this breakout right here to take place. Bing and bing. Let me get this out the way. Give me a second. I was waiting for this breakout right here. I knew this was going to be a breakout. However, because of the news that I showed you guys, um, right there, you can clearly see it was chop, chop, chop. But I knew this was heading upwards, and I was waiting for that break. But the problem was that, and this is 6A as an apple, the Australian dollar. You can see it hit my level that I anticipated it was going to hit. It literally is kissing off that level. The problem is that we had the news that was coming out on the 6A and 6N, which let me mark up 6N for you so you guys can see that as well. Look at that, right in my zone. You see that? I knew it was going to come out of there, and it shot out like a bat out of hell. Right here, it was the break level, but again, because of news, 6N had their interest rate news announced, so that's why this popped. 6A had their inflation numbers announced, which is why it popped. I was hoping that what they were going to do was do an announcement and just simply talk about, what they were going to do in the future, but no basic announcement just yet. So that what happened was after the news event, it would stall the price, and then we can hop into the trade, and it would have took off for us. But it took off. It took off. It took off. So anyway, long story short, no trade tonight because I'm not going to sit there and take more trades or try to force any trades to happen. Just so for the sake of saying that I'm taking trades and then they don't work out and I'm gonna be pissed. We're on a 20 or 21 win streak because of my patience, and so I'm going to continue to be patient. Not saying that we're never going to lose trades, but so far we're on the 2021 win streak because I'm learning to be very, very patient. If the trade setup is exactly what I want and it's still sitting there after news events, yeah, I'll take it. If it's not, and I'm not going to start looking, well, let me start searching other peers. Let me see what else. If I see something later on and it's good, I'll take it. If not, then I'm just going to wait until tomorrow. Okay. All right. But I just want to show you guys the markup so you guys can clearly see what happened. And I did post about the news event ahead of time before it happened, but here's what happened now. Some people say, well, why don't we just take the trade before the news event? Well, that would be completely stupid. You know why? Because this very pair, the last time when they came out with the interest rate news, you know what actually happened? It had a nice setup, and the thing, you see this big move to the top. Imagine that you're in this trade for a buy and it drops out to the bottom. Okay, which is what it did because they came out with bad news on their interest rates last month, which is why they probably came out with good news this month to recover what they lost because this thing would have been falling so deeply since last month. So you can see this thing has just been falling and falling and falling. See that? See, this is what happened. It was on a downward spiral because of their interest rate news last month. So this month they came out with good news to try to bring it out because guess what? Right here, if they would have came out with more bad news, it would have dropped through here and dropped even further like a rock. So you see why you don't want to gamble on news events if you don't know what you're doing. It's just as I've been saying for years, when in doubt, simply stay out. And that's what I chose to do. I'd rather stay out. Okay. All right. So anyway, we'll be looking for more trade setups. Okay. Now keep in mind Thursday is Thanksgiving, and probably Friday the markets are going to be slow, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Peace and have grease.